So this brings us to featured image. Featured images are probably the most important thing that you need to do when creating an article. Because if you don't put a featured image on there, the only picture that shows up when you post it on social media or anywhere is whatever default picture WordPress decides to throw out there. For us, our default picture is the most viral article that we've written so far, which is about Tennessee eliminating the liability if people hit protesters. That's the picture that shows up. So if you write an article about Beauty and the Beast, for instance, that will be the picture that'll show up on your article unless you put a featured image on there. So you want to make sure your featured image is right there with your article. You don't want some random thing coming up. You want to make sure that it's relevant. You want it relevant and professional. Memes are decent sometimes, but it depends on really what you're trying to do with your article itself. So professional is good. Stuff like this where you Photoshop Trump into a picture of the guy who got arrested. I mean, that's pretty good. I like those. There's another bit down here which is really cool, and this goes back to the hyperlink thing. So it tells you, it suggests articles that you could throw in here to hyperlink into your article that might be related to it. So, you could, this is about bomb threats and stuff. I mean, if I don't really think there's any articles that we have so far that actually tie in. But, for instance, earlier today, Jeff Sessions put out a notice that the federal government was going to go after sanctuary cities. Well, we have a lot of articles that have to do with sanctuary cities. Oregon becoming a sanctuary state, forbidding law enforcement to help ICE. A couple cases where illegal aliens committed a murder or a major crime who were previously deported. Like stuff like that are great things to tie into your article. Not only does it give you more content, but it also allows people to click on those and they go read more of your articles or more of other people's articles on your website. It helps generate traffic. And it also helps people be informed. I mean, there's so many double whammies, triple whammies, quadruple whammies that you can do off of this, off of WordPress when it comes to writing your articles. And I'll tell you the number one best thing that you can do when it comes to, if you're trying to make money on stuff like this, is get your own YouTube channel. Put your own YouTube videos in your articles. So people are reading your articles, that's generating revenue for you. People are watching the videos that you put in your articles. That's generating more revenue to you from YouTube. And it's not just YouTube. You can use Rumble. They pay out too. There's a whole bunch of different things that people can do here to maximize their revenue. You just have to do it. One last final thing, when you update stuff after you change your URL, and you have Yoast will automatically create a redirect. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly okay. However, you can only do it twice. If you do it more than twice, then it comes up with an error, and it makes it so the article just doesn't exist anymore because of too many redirects. So it's best practice is just to make sure that your URL is how it should be the first time. The only time that you ever really want to come back and change your URL is if something happened or you made a mistake on your headline and already posted it to social media. Because that's the only way, like Facebook especially, if you do not have your headline the way you want it, and if you do not have your URL and those two things perfect, and you put it on Facebook, Facebook remembers that link and it will never change it. Even if you go back to WordPress and change your headline, Facebook will keep that headline the same forever. So make sure your headline is solid when you post it to Facebook. All right? Thank you all for watching. Hope you learned something. And like I said, if you have any questions, let us know. All right?